And now we're also following breaking news on the south side. You're looking live at a storage business on Powers Avenue where this wanted man was arrested this evening following a day-long manhunt. Border Patrol agents say the man ran from them this morning, and a Nassau County deputy who gave chase was hit by a car and killed. Sheriff Bill Leeper is relieved at the arrest.
It's sad something like this happened, but it's very unfortunate. But certainly we're glad that at least we found the individual.
That sense of relief from Sheriff Leeper is shared by the community tonight as people begin looking ahead to see what they can do to help the family of fallen Nassau County Deputy Eric Oliver. The manhunt that ended this evening started early this morning when Deputy Oliver ran after 25-year-old Francisco Ovidio Portillo Fuentes, and the deputy was hit by an SUV and killed.
That scene was at a Gate gas station off State Road 200 in Yulee. The manhunt ended just before 7 o'clock this evening at a self-storage facility off of Powers Avenue. Our coverage tonight begins with Channel 4's Scott Johnson. Scott, what have you learned so far about this man who's now in custody?
Well, Mary, the U.S. Marshal's Office, along with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the Highway Patrol, found him here, they tell us, at the Atlantic Self-Storage Facility just a couple blocks over from Wolfson High School on Jacksonville's south side. Here's what we know about him. They tell us his name is Francisco Ovidio Portillo Fuentes. He's a 25-year-old from Guatemala. He was one of 6 illegal immigrants who the Nassau County Sheriff's Office told me were roofers from Jacksonville. They are all being deported. In fact, the Nassau County Sheriff tells me Portillo Fuentes had been deported from the U.S. on 2 separate occasions already. Right now, he's being held on felony re-entry in the United States by the Border Patrol. Now, the other 5 men who did not run in the vehicle are all being deported. They're from various countries: Mexico, Guatemala, and Costa Rica. Once again, they are not facing any charges, just being deported. We're live on the south side. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Scott. This has been an emotionally difficult day in Nassau County and for all law enforcement in our area. Nassau County residents stopped by for nearly an hour this afternoon as a procession of officers from agencies across Northeast Florida accompanied the deputy's body as was taken to Oxley Hurd Funeral Home in Fernandina Beach. Hundreds of people of all ages lined the streets. Many waved American flags. Drivers pulled over, got out of their cars, and stood to show support for the fallen deputy. First responders saluted as the flag-draped casket was carried out of a blue police SUV and into the funeral home. Sheriff Leeper was seen putting a wreath on Deputy Oliver's cruiser. That police car now serves as a memorial outside the sheriff's office as fellow officers and people in the community come by and place flowers, candles, and photos as a tribute. Kent is there and is joining us live. He spoke with the sheriff just a little while ago. Kent?
Yeah, Tom, we spoke with Sheriff Leeper just after he had announced that they had caught this 25-year-old that they'd been looking for. And basically, it was bittersweet news for him and for all of law enforcement involved in the search today and the manhunt. Bittersweet because they're relieved and grateful that a man that they were looking for isn't on the run anymore, but also still going through the grieving process and trying to explain this loss to a little girl.
But it's very unfortunate, but certainly we're glad that at least we found the individual.
Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper told us he couldn't discuss details of the capture, but he acknowledges there's a little closure that accompanies the news and the continuing heartache. He says it helps that they're not searching for anyone anymore.
The grief and the pain and that our officers and employees feel from losing someone that they know and that they care about and has dedicated his young life to protecting our community. Certainly that's going to continue, but we'll have to deal with that in the coming days and months, so we'll get through it.
The sheriff's office parking lot turned into a memorial for Deputy Oliver. We saw people come and pay respects, but away from prying eyes, Sheriff Leeper says he spoke to Oliver's parents, his ex-wife, and to that 6-year-old daughter whose world has changed forever.
Very tough anytime something like this happens, but especially when there's children involved and knowing that they're going to grow up without their father, it's really tough. But I told her that her daddy died doing what he loved to do, you know, protecting our community, and he's a hero, and he's looking down on her, you know, protecting her and watching over her, and hopefully that she'll take some gratification in that.
I spoke with a woman earlier who came by this memorial behind me and said it hit her doubly hard because she had worked in the jail with the deputy when he was a corrections officer a few years ago, so she knew him personally, and her daughter had lost her father when her daughter was just 4 years old, so she knows well what Deputy Oliver's daughter at 6 years old is going to go through. We also heard from Sheriff Leeper. He said he is so proud to be from this community because of the outpouring of support that the Sheriff's Office has received today. Live at Nassau County Sheriff's Office, Kent Justice, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Kent. And one local woman is making sure she's working actually to make sure the deputy's 6-year-old daughter feels loved in this season that is all about love.
Tonight, Channel 4's Francesca Amaker spoke with a woman who has jump-started the idea of giving this little girl a special Christmas. Francesca?
And this woman wants to give her love and support to that 6-year-old as well as his entire family. And I just want to show you how the community is coming together to do that right here on the other side of the bushes where that deputy lost his life. You can see they've already placed flowers, balloons, a little makeshift memorial. This won't bring the deputy back, but they hope that this brings the family solace.
I have so many posts, I haven't even counted them. And like I said, people from out of state are even contacting me and wanting to know where they can send a check or where they can send anything. Send it to the Nassau County Sheriff's Office.
Evelyn Horkey says it was an idea that was created after a tragedy when Nassau County residents, along with the nation, were informed that Deputy Eric Oliver was killed Tuesday morning while chasing a man on foot across State Road 200 in Yulee. Since then, the community has come out in droves to show their support for the Sheriff's Office and Oliver's family. But Horkey says it's his 6-year-old daughter who now needs the community the most. So on a stoplight on her way to work, she created this post.
I decided to write a post on Facebook for Nassau County Rants and Raves and try to get the community to pull together and give her a spectacular Christmas.
And with more than 300 likes and hundreds of comments, a community effort has begun.
I have people from out of state contacting me wanting to know where to send a check to. People are wanting to know if they can give gift cards or money for a college fund and gifts and clothes. You can give anything.
She says she knows this won't bring back the deputy, but she hopes it will show the 6-year-old girl that she now has a community that supports her.
This is where the community needs to pull together and just step up for a little girl who's lost everything in her life.
And again, right here, this is a prime example. So sorry for your loss. That's 5 words, but that can mean so much for this family at this very difficult time. If you're somebody who wants to donate anything to this family, this 6-year-old girl, a Christmas present, a gift card, even a simple message, you can head on over to our website. We have the address for the Nassau County Sheriff's Office, and that's where you can send your donation. I'm live tonight, Francesca Amaker, Channel 4, the local station.